Hello, hello. Can you guys see me now? Sorry, I'm a tiny bit late. Thank you for waiting. Hi, hello. Let me know where you are watching from. I'm going to go ahead and open my laptop so I can read your comments here on the side. Hello, hello. Okay, so let me. Sorry, I was kind of rushing with time today, but I am here. So let me know if you can hear me okay. Let me see. Uh, I'm just gonna log in here. Let me just get set up. Okay. Okay. Just 1 minute here was it. Get set up. Hello. Hi. If you're joining, say hello and let me know where you are joining from. Let me know if you are going to be crafting with me or if you're going to be just watching and then crafting at a later time. That always helps me to kind of see and wait. Okay, so sorry, I'm just opening my laptop. It's kind of giving me a bit of trouble, but it's okay. So today we're going to be making an 8x8 mini album blank base. So if you were following me on my 30-minute series, we created this book, and I actually posted a bonus tutorial for members, and so you probably already seen that. Okay, so here it is. I don't know why my laptop is being a bit weird. So I need to have the laptop that way I can read your comments. So right now I'm not seeing that. Okay, so let me open this. This is weird. Okay, let's see. Okay, here we go. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna, let's see if I can figure out what is going on with my laptop. It almost looks like there's something pressing here. So 1 second. If you're watching the replay, you can fast forward to all of these as I get set up. Okay, just 1 minute. Closing all these windows. So I was actually working today because I had construction and I just got home a little bit ago, so I couldn't set up in time like I normally do. Okay, so just bear with me for a second. My computer's doing some crazy, what do you call these, updates. So I'm just gonna wait for that to become normal and just give it a second. So for this tutorial, we're going to be creating a base similar to this, but the base that we created here was 8.5 by 6. So now we're going to make an 8x8 mini album, and 8x8s are always preferred for me when I'm doing a baby book. And so right now I am going to be, I think I'm going to be making a baby book. So I just want to make sure that you guys can see me. Okay, so because I can't open it on my laptop, I just want to make sure we are live. So just 1 second here. Okay, so for this tutorial, I am going to be using the 2 pieces of chipboard to make the base, and then I'm gonna use only 65-pound cardstock. You can use 110 and 65 for the wrapping of the book, but I'm just gonna be using that here. Okay, so I was able to open my computer, and now I'm just gonna pull out that. And then we can get started here. Okay, so I'm gonna go on my community post, and there we go. Okay, we are live. Perfect. So let me open the chat so I can read you. Hi, Anna. Okay, perfect. I can see you guys now. Oh my goodness, I just dropped something. But I can see you guys now. So thank you for being here. I am excited to start these projects. Okay, so as I wait for a few more people to join, I'm just gonna give you a look on the book that we finished. So this was a tutorial for everyone, so I wanted to just kind of show you how it's coming along. So over here we have these accordion folds, and I still need to magnetize and of course decorate the book, but I wanted to do a walkthrough. So this book has like some sliding pages, and all of the pieces that I have been sharing with you on the tutorials, you can also apply to the book that we are going to be making today. You can apply the same concept, and we'll just have a bigger book to work with. And I have 2 ideas. I either wanted to, hi Debbie, okay, hi. Now I can see. I was having a bit of issues connecting because I couldn't see, my laptop was acting up. But now I can read you guys. So and Debbie, I will be sending you my paper. I forgot to send it to you. So this is the Peekaboo page that we work as a bonus tutorial for YouTube channel members. Oh, why is this one not closing here? I don't know what I just did. And this page is just really, really fun to do. We won't be making that, but I just wanted to give you like a walkthrough of the blank base. And you have this tutorial so you can always add a spinning waterfall to your book, and same thing for this sliding page. This is the tutorial that I posted yesterday, and this is for everyone. It's on the main channel. And so I had 2 ideas. So I was gonna work on an 8x8 album for this space. Now if you're on my Patreon, you have the strawberry collection. Let me get this out. Sorry, I'm so all over the place right now. I had to work today, you guys. Please forgive me. And so if you're on my Patreon, you have the Strawberry Cafe collection. And so I'm thinking maybe I'll be decorating the book using this collection and making like a cute little spring book. Also, I need to make a baby book, so I'm not sure yet how I will be decorating this 8x8 base. So of course, if this will be a Patreon book, I'll do a separate video decorating with this collection or a whole other project altogether. But I just wanted to kind of show you what my idea is for this book. So I'm going to be using 65-pound cardstock for everything. Let me know if you're going to be crafting along or if you're just watching and then crafting later. And that way I know to wait for you before moving to like the next step or whatnot. So I'm just sorry, I'm going to move the camera a little bit over. And let's go ahead and start because my goal is to get this mini album finished from start to finish and hopefully 2 hours. So we're gonna make it simple. Oh, Sona, you crafted alone. Perfect. You know, Sona, you're so funny because you usually finish your books before me. Like I make the base and then I never finish decorating, and then I see you posting it. So you motivate me to finish decorating my books. I'm always, I love making blank base books. Um, Okay. Oh, you're gonna try. Thank you, Anna. Okay, perfect. So we're gonna start with a chipboard. So we're gonna need 2 pieces, and this is going to be 8 by 8. Okay. So I'm just gonna go with the flow here, and I don't have anything like prepared in terms of like measurements. And so that means if there's a feature you guys want to see once we finish creating the base of the book, I can try to make some of those features here for our book. So I'm going to cut these at 3.5. Okay, so this is 8 by 8 and this is 8 by 3.5 for my spine. I want this book to be a chunky one. I want to, if we're using the strawberry collection, I want to add a lot of flowers in between the pages. So I want to make sure to have enough room for the gussets. Okay, so now this is going to be also 8 by 8. Okay, sorry, I'm trying not to shake the table too much. And I can see from the window my cat trying to jump into the pool. So it's never a good sign. So I'm gonna just text my daughter really quick and let her know to go get the cat. Because the cat, okay, so I'm just gonna let her, I can see it here. The pool has all these floaties and they're so colorful. And so I think she's trying to jump into one of the floaties. So that's definitely not a good thing. Okay, so I have 2 pieces of 8 by 8 and 1 piece of 8 by 3.5. That's going to be our base. And all we're gonna do is wrap these with our cardstock. And lately I have been making my books in 65-pound cardstock. I mean, you're also going to cover this up with regular cardstock, so you're gonna get that nice, weight on your pages as well. But it just seems to me a lot more, I don't know, I think it's easy. The book is also not super heavy, and then I can work from feature to feature without having to worry about it being heavyweight or lightweight. Okay. She got the cat. Oh my gosh, she just got the cat. She saw her. Oh, phew. Oh my gosh, I was nervous here. The cat jumping in the pool is never a good thing. Okay, so I'm gonna open this up. My cardstock I get at Michael's. For some of you that are always asking me, I get all of it, most everything at Michael's, unless I think it was during COVID that they were out of cardstock, and I ended up ordering some from Amazon, and it was pretty good. I think Debbie, you're the one who told me to order the ones from Amazon, and it was pretty good for the most time. But I bought so much that I still have some of that. Okay, so I'm going to join these, I think 3 pieces should be good. And then I'm going to use my glue. Okay, so I know it's hard to type if you're making along with me, but if you're not making along, let me know how's your weekend going and what have you been up to in terms of like crafting, or how is your summer? Is it summer where you are, or is it if you're getting into, I guess, winter, right? Because like it's summer where I am, but in Peru, where I'm from, we're actually getting into winter. And so yeah, let me know how is the weather. And let me move this to the side. Okay, so I joined the 3 pieces together here, and now I'm going to glue my spine here first. Okay, and then we're going to put this right at the center. Press down, and then you want to glue these 2, and you want to leave a little space in between those 2 pieces. Okay, so you guys probably already know. You make so many albums with me. Wedding dress? Oh my goodness, Debbie. I will probably cry. That is such a like moment. My kids are not close of getting married yet, knock on wood. But I think I am gonna be one of those very emotional mothers because was it 2 years ago now, when we went shopping for my daughter's 15 dress. So 15 is like our 15. Oh, you did cry? I know. She tried on this dress. We went to Peru just for the dress because she had this one particular dress in mind, and so we kind of had to get it custom made, and we sent the pictures, and then we went to Peru to pick up the dress. And of course she had to like do a couple fittings and try-ons, and once she put it on for the first time, it was such a moment. And this is just her 15 dress. I mean, it's not a wedding, so I can only imagine, Debbie. And it was such a moment. I didn't think I was gonna get emotional because I mean, she looked like a little lady, and I got emotional, and she wasn't emotional. But when she saw me tearing up, it was like, well, we were all crying in there, and it was so. I can imagine if it's like a wedding dress like that, it's a whole other level of emotions. So I'm gonna cut the corners here just so I tell you what I'm doing along the way. It's got these, and when you cut your corners, make sure that you don't go super close to the chipboard, right? So you want to stay away for just a little bit. And I'm going to fold these. So which one of your daughters, Debbie? I think I saw something. Did you post the pictures of the proposal, or I'm thinking of someone else? I think I might be mistaken. I see all this, everybody's proposing. Maybe because it's summer. It's just so pretty. Okay, so I'm going to fold my cardstock as I'm talking to you, and I'm going to add my double-sided tape in here. Okay, and then just cut this out. And you want to fold this all the way before you peel off your tape. So I'm just gonna go like that and go slowly massaging, and then we're going to press down and press down. And so yeah, so I hope you guys are having a fun crafty weekend. Last week, I'm sorry I could not. I don't know what happened. So, okay, so here's what happened with my internet. The night before, okay, so the night before, was it the night before the live? It was on Friday. It wasn't the nighttime. It was like the middle of the day. But it was, I say night because it was for me after work, and I was trying to take a nap. Oh yeah, it was the night before. I was trying to sleep, okay? I could not sleep the whole night. I have been stressed with work. Summertime is my busy construction time. I work for a university, so last week we had commencement, so I'm in charge of all the roads and crossings and pedestrian signs, and it was a lot of coordination, and I was just a little bit stressed, so I could not sleep for the longest time. So I think it was like 3 in the morning or something like that. I don't remember if it was from Friday to Saturday or from Thursday to Friday, but I remember it was, and I was trying to sleep. And the internet box that we recently relocated to in front of my bed had this blinking, it wasn't even blinking at that point. It was just a white light and it was facing me. And so I went ahead and I turned the thing to the side. And I guess when I turned it, something got unhooked on the back. And now this little white light became a white blinking light, which means something was probably going wrong, which made it worse, right? I was trying to get rid of the white light on my face, and now this white light was not gone all the way, and it was blinking. And I was like, hi, what is going on? So I grabbed it because I didn't want to deal with that at 3 in the morning, and I shifted even more so I can get it off my face, and the box fell down to the floor. And I was like, oh my God, what happened? So the box fell down, which means I had to turn on the lights and move the dresser and rescue the internet box. And I picked it up. And then by this time, the little piece on the back, the cable, I guess it would be the fiber optic line, had fully cracked because it fell. I don't know how it fell, but it cracked. And I was like, oh my gosh. Okay, so I was spending another half an hour trying to fix it and I couldn't. And so I gave up. So at that time, at 3 in the morning, was it 3:30 by this time? I look at the cable and I said, okay, I'm gonna buy a cable and I'm going to change it, replace it. I thought it was as simple as that. So I went to Amazon and I found fiber optic cable, whatever. And so I said, oh, okay, here it is. So I ordered it for one of those, like, I guess it's called the overnight delivery. So it was supposed to be here. It was 3 in the morning. It was supposed to be in my house by like 11 in the morning or something like that. And so, so I went to sleep. I'm like, okay, good. That works for me. It's fine. So I went ahead and ordered it. So the thing didn't get here until like 1 in the afternoon. And then once I got it and I'm trying to connect it, it wouldn't hook on the back. So it was a mess. And then so I called the cable company and the guy said, oh, why don't you just go to Walmart and pick up the fiber optic there? And so that's what I did. I went to Walmart, which it's not my favorite thing to do on a weekend. And I picked up another fiber optic and I came home, and by this time it was like 4:30 or something like that by the time I got home and got off the phone with the guy. And the new fiber optic was also not the size that I needed. So that's why I had to I gave up. I canceled the live last week, so I apologize if you were expecting it. And it was just not a good day, at least cable-wise, right? So I canceled the live and I was like, I give up. You guys, let's go have ice cream. I went to have ice cream with my kids after that because I was beyond frustrated. And so I called the cable again on Sunday, and then they said, oh, we'll get a technician for you tomorrow. So that was my weekend last week. Okay, so we have these. Sorry, I've been chatting too much. What I'm going to do now is to work on the spine or the hinges. So let me know if you guys are done wrapping your book. Debbie, sorry I didn't see your comment. She says, it's my third daughter. Oh my gosh. Says they have been together for 8 years and he proposed. Wow. Oh my goodness. 8 years. That is a lot. So now she says, before she got pregnant. Oh, she's due in January. Oh my gosh, you're going to have a wedding and a baby. That is exciting. That is exciting. Well, Debbie, your kids are a little older than me, so I'm sure you're really, really happy. I will cry if my daughter is pregnant, but for the other reasons, you know. Okay, so this here we're gonna put on the side, and I'm going to now cut a piece of my cardstock at 7 1/4, And we are going to score. Oh, how cute. Well, that's exciting, Debbie. Weddings are always beautiful and babies even more. So you're going to be a busy nana. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and score this piece. Let me get you guys a little bit closer so you can see my scores, my score lines. And so along the 11 inches, I am going to score at 1.5. Okay, and then we're going to score at 3/4 inches after that. Okay, so we're gonna do 1.5, and then 2.25, 3, 3 3/4, 4.5, 5.25, 6. Then we're gonna do 6 3/4, 7.5, 8.25, and 9, and then 9 3/4, I think. So let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. So 9 3/4. So we're scoring from 1.5 until 9 3/4. Okay, so every 3/4 inch section. And now what we're gonna do is just pinch together. And this is probably the, for me at least, the worst part of making a mini album, just because there's a lot of scoring, there's a lot of taping and peeling off the tape. And then after this, everything should be nice and simple. So the first 2 3/4 inch sections we're going to pinch together, okay, to create the first hinge. So I'm just gonna pinch these 2 together here, and you see how we now have the first hinge. Okay, and let me press down. Okay, so that's number 1. Now we're gonna skip and do the same for the next 2. Okay, so you skip 1, pinch 2, then skip 1, pinch 2, and skip 1, pinch 2. Okay, so there we go. We have the 4 hinges. So now I'm gonna go back and just press down, and press down. Okay, so then we're gonna look at this from the back, and I'm going to add double-sided tape behind the hinge, behind each one of the hinges. So if this is the one that we pinch, okay, you want to add tape on one side, and just peel these off and close. Okay, so we have one. Now we're just gonna do the same for the other ones. Okay, so here again, pinch. Next one will be here. So if you put your tape and you skip 2 of the score sections, and then you tape, you skip 2, then you should be right behind each one of the hinges. Okay, so we're going to close. Oh, I'm so sorry. We're gonna take this out and close these. Take this out, close these, and take this out, close this. And then we're going to press down here, and then I am going to fold these hinges to the other side and press down. Okay, you want your hinges to be somehow somewhere flexible here. Okay, so I'm going to press these down on both sides, and there we go. 4 hinges for our book. Now I'm going to add my double-sided tape. Okay, and you want to add the tape on both sides, but also you want to make sure that your tape is closest to the outside part of your hinge. Okay, so now I'm going to turn this to the back, and now I'm going to add my tape here. Okay, so we're going to put this there. Okay, and then the next right here. And back. And there. Oops. That's why I don't like working with the tape, because it gets stuck to my finger, and after a while it just starts hurting. Like, it peels my skin and it just irritates my finger. I haven't been posting any blank books, but I think I got a few. I actually started a batch of blank books, I want to say 3 months ago, guys. So I have some blank books that are half ready, and I have been getting a few emails about having blank albums for sale and whatnot, and this is one of the reasons why I don't finish them, because I start making it and I'm so excited and I love making these, but then after a while my finger starts getting irritated of all the tape, and then I put it on the side, but then my brain gets to another project and another one, and then my blank books are sitting there. So I'll probably be finishing some of those. You know, it's always fun to do blank books as you are watching a movie or whatnot. At least that's what I like to do. I just sit down and I work in batches when I do my blank books. So right now I have all the hinges ready, which is, I think, the last thing I did because I was so tired of doing hinges. I have all the hinges ready. I have all the blank pages, and I think all I have to do is the covers for all of those. Okay, so I'm looking for my glue. Okay, so now that we are done with your hinge, we are going to glue these down, and you're going to center your 4 hinges within your spine. So you're going to see here these gap lines carry all the way down, so you're going to use these little lines as a reference to center this right there. Okay, so I'm just going to add my glue. Let's see, actually before I add my glue, I am going to add tape, and I like adding my tape on the places here next to the gaps. Okay, next to the bending lines here and here. Okay, and then we are going to glue this down. I'm gonna clean my glue here. Look, Debbie, I got a new I gave up. Okay, I got a new glue bottle and tip, because the other one that I had I took out. I still have it. I don't know if it works, but I took this one out. Let's see if it works, because yeah, it was stuck and I gave up and I just took it all out, and I was working without it. But then I realized I was wasting so much glue. Sometimes, you know, sometimes it's okay to have a little glue, but sometimes I was just like putting way too much glue on my projects. So I just grabbed a new bottle. Okay, so we're just going to now glue these. I'm going to add my glue here. And you want to make sure you get a lot of glue on the top and bottom here of your hinge, especially. And of course everywhere, right? So let's see there. Try to get a lot of. So if this is your first time joining my live, I know I have a few new members of my channel and new members of my Patreon, so I decided to open the live for Patreon as well. So if this is your first time joining, let me know on the comment section. Even if you are rewatching this, sometimes the time doesn't work for everybody, but you can always come back and rewatch. And it's always good to get to know you a little bit more, and you can let me know what you would like to see, what techniques you would like to learn. And yeah, it's just fun to connect beyond the videos. So I'm just pressing down, making sure all my air is out of this hinge. Okay, so I realized, and I've learned with time, that hair, especially on your hinges, is your enemy. Okay, because then that little air bubble gets more air and starts peeling. I don't know how it works. But the longer you spend getting this glue set, the longer your mini album is going to last. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is score along the bending lines. So let me get my glue and my score tool. Okay, so we're going to match the lines top and bottom, and then just give it a gentle score. Okay. Yes, Debbie, give up on the little tip for this glue. I mean, it drives me crazy. I'm sure I'll get rid of it again in time. I'll be like, oh, I'm done with this thing, and then I'll miss it again. It's just, it's a relationship. Okay, so then we're gonna do that, and I'm going to do the same. So you want to match the top and the bottom here, and then give it a score. Now, if you use this type of score tool, I love this thing for scoring those 1/2 inch sections. But for this, for some reason, when sometimes I do this, I accidentally press too hard and poke a hole. So when I do this bending for the covers, I just prefer this tool for some reason. Just little things that happen to me all the time. And there we go. So now we have the base, the hinges, and we can start working on our pages. Like I said, the hinges is probably the most brain, I don't know, it takes the most brain power out of me, because you're counting, you're folding, you're scoring, and then you're making sure this is glued here. Yes, Richard says it's hard to be. Yes, I know. I have these issues. I never do this, but my daughter tells me, if your finger gets irritated, you can use, how the seamstress wear the finger something so you don't keep poking your finger. There's got to be something like that for us crafters, right? Maybe not the same thing because it's so uncomfortable, but maybe gloves. I don't know. Who am I? Maybe I'll design something like that. So now we're gonna move right into pages, so we don't run out of time here. And just give me a quick okay. I know Sonal, you're crafting with me too. If you're okay to move, or maybe need a couple minutes. I'm gonna drink a bit of coffee. So I had to work today. I do construction, and some of these parking lots are more like a weekend type of construction. So I just had to go and do a quick look and supervise. And my daughter wanted to come along. So it was great showing her everything. But then she took me to the mall. She was like, Mom, can we just stop in the mall really quick? I was like, oh my God. Okay, but really quick. And you know how that goes. Teenagers and mall. Oh yeah, so finally drinking my coffee. Okay, so we're gonna start working on the pages. Maybe you're crafting something else. That's so good. When you it's always when I'm crafting and sometimes I'm feeling like, oh, I want to be in company, I replay your lives. And I'm just crafting along. I know how, it just makes you feel like somebody else is crafting there with you. Okay, so back to pages. So I'm going to cut these pages. We're gonna do 4 pieces at 7.5 by 7.5. I got stuck in the mall. I got stuck. Where I work, there's a mall right next to it, right? So she was like, can we just go to Sephora? And that was the end of me. Sure, let's go. So 7.5 by 7.5. We are going to do 2. But yeah, it's always good. I do have like one-on-one time with, this was my oldest, because I used to do that, taking one, and I don't know why after COVID we kind of stopped doing it. We all go together everywhere, but this time it was just me and her, and it was really fun. I don't think she wanted to learn much about my work more than she knew the mall was right next to it. And she really wanted to go to the mall. Okay, so 4 of those. Now we're going to do 4, and these are going to be 7.5 by 8.5. Okay, so just a tiny bit bigger. So also 4 of these. So 7.5 by 8.5. And I always do 8.5, although the paper is supposed to be 8.5, because there's always this little leftovers. Oh, Mary Kay. Oh my goodness. The last time I did one of those Mary Kays, I didn't do it, of course, but invited to the Mary Kays, they do like the sample party and the facial party. I ended up spending, I think, $350, Debbie. So you be careful. You need to say no. I don't need it. And the lady was like, "You are glowing." I'm like, "Am I?" Give me 2 of those. Okay, so be careful. Have fun with that tomorrow. Okay, so 8.5 by 7.5. This piece here, we are going to score along the 8.5 at 1/2 inch and at 8. Okay, so 1/2 inch and 8, 1/2 inch and 8. Okay, so 1/2 inch here, and let's put this somewhere over here. 8, and then same thing here, 1/2 inch and 8. Okay, and then I'm going to fold. I know they do know what to say. They always say what you want to hear. Okay, so we're going to fold along the score lines. And so this type of books is fun to kind of, like I said, do it as you're watching TV, especially if you're just working on base, because it's just relaxing. I think it's kind of like making them in batches. But like I said, we're gonna start using more tape in a minute here, so be careful with your fingers. Okay, so now we're gonna add the tape to these 1/2 inch sections. Okay, so this here, I'm going to press down and then cut. And I'm always always try not to put my fingers on the sticky side of the tape. And there we go. Okay, so that is that. And so this one, we're just gonna do the same for all of these here. And there we go. Okay, so 2. And let's do here. And there. Okay. And one more. You can do it. See if we are back. Let me know if you can see me. So I think my internet it's kind of buffering. So let me know if you can see me now. Oh, it looks like we're back on. Okay. Oh no. Okay, so here we are. We are back. Okay. Phew. Let me know if you can still see me. It's like my internet was buffering and I didn't realize I had to click something. Okay, good. You can hear me. Thank you, Anna. Okay, so I'm going to now start putting the page together. So what we're gonna do is on one side, you're just gonna peel off the tape just a little bit like that. Okay, and then we're gonna use the other 3 corners to kind of make sure that you have these lined up correctly. So once you have these 2 and 3 corners matching, you can go ahead and press on this sticky side. Okay, and then you're just gonna hold it on the center and remove the tape and press down. Okay, so that's gonna be 1, and then we're going to do this here. Okay, so now we have the first base page, and we are just going to do the same for the other ones. So again, we're going to remove the tape and then put the other one on top, match the 3 corners right there, press down and remove. Okay, and I'm gonna hold down the center and then just remove the tape on the other side. Okay, 2, and then we're gonna continue here and put this right there. There we go. And then tape. And the last one. Okay, and we're gonna put this here and press down. Okay, so I'm just gonna line it up. There we go. And remove. There we go. Remove the tape. And now we're just going to get rid of that. And here we go. So now we have the 4 base pages that are going to go in our book. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're gonna start building here. So I'm gonna give you a minute to finish yours. I'm trying to refresh my link because my screen is a little bit blurry. So let me know if it's a little bit blurry for you. Okay, thank you, Debbie. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, okay. It was, I think it was my internet because now it's clear. It was blurry before. Okay. Oh my gosh, the coffee is good. And so, so these little pieces I am going to use. Okay, so I'm actually gonna put them on the side, and I know I'm gonna use them, but I'm gonna save them right now. Maybe we can use this for a special feature here. And then these ones I'm also going to use. So I'm going to use, let's see, this one's probably, I have 4. Okay, so I have been very into sliding pages, and you probably saw that on, where did I do a slide? Oh, I did that here on this book, right? Sorry, I've been working on tutorials for video classes, so I get confused sometimes what I'm doing on what projects. But I remember I did this sliding feature, right? So I wanted to do that for this book to kind of like show you how you can incorporate the same techniques, and we're gonna do them on like a longer full-size version of these, and we can probably do it for each one of those, so it will be the same for all of them, but then we'll modify some of the other elements. So I'm going to use some of my scrap pieces, and let's do 4 pieces of 1 by 8.5. Okay, so 8.5 by 1. Okay, so I have 2, 3, oops, and I'm gonna need 1 more. Thank you, Debbie. And so here, okay. So 4 pieces of 8.5 by 1, and then I'm gonna use these little leftovers that we have, and these are also about 1, and I'm going to cut these at 3 inches. Okay, so 4 pieces of 3 by 1. Okay, and I can get rid of these. Okay, and now we're gonna need this score table here, and let's bring everything up. So what we're gonna do is score the long pieces. Here we're gonna score at 1/2 inch and at 8 inches. So let me move this over so I can score and score. Okay, so you're gonna score at 1/2 inch on each side, 1/2 inch, and same thing, 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch. And then this little one, okay, so this little one, so Anna, let me know if you still need a little bit of time, or if we're okay. Let me check here my messages. Okay. Let me know if you're okay. So I went ahead and cut this at 1 by 8.5, and I'm scoring at 1/2 inch on each end. And then the small pieces are 1 by 8.5. Okay, and we're going to, what did I say? No, it's not 8.5. Sorry, it's 3 by 1. And then we're going to score along the 3 inches at 1 1/8 and at 2 1/4. Okay, 1 1/8 and 2 1/4 here. So we're gonna do the same for these pieces. 1 1/8, 2 1/4, and then the last one, 1 1/8 and 2 1/4. Okay, oops, there we go. So we're making these little loops, and we're going to fold along the score lines. Okay, and we're going to add glue on this section. Okay, so let's see if the glue wants to work with me. Let's see. Oh, okay, it's working. So we're gonna add the glue here and then close these loops. Okay, so we're gonna do the same. So fold along the score lines and add the glue. Sorry if you see a fly in the camera. Like, I don't know if it's flying on top or above, but it's definitely here. Yes, Debbie, you can come back. The link will stay and you can rewatch the live. Okay, so here we go. We're going to add these. Okay, so close the loop here. I'm always curious to know, maybe I should rewatch the replay and see if the fly you can see. That would be so embarrassing. But there's one little fly over here, and you guys, I know flies are nasty to say the least, but I just don't like killing them because then you have to take care of the dead body, and ultimately she's just trying to go to the light because I have a window right next to me, so she's trying to go out to the window. So she's not trying to bother me, she's trying to gain freedom. So who am I to kill her? So usually I open the door and I just let her fly out to the light. But if you can see her on the camera, I'm so sorry. Okay. Oh, I know those little flies. And if it's a quiet fly like this one, you know, it's okay. But sometimes when I'm reading, I get those flies that are just like buzzing in your hair. No, those drive me crazy. Those I have to get out of my way. Like, out of my way, fly. And my daughter says, Mom, I know you don't like killing flies, but I saw this electric fly swatter. Can we get it? I'm like, that is the saddest thing that I can picture. Like electrifying the poor little fly. Yeah, I'm like, go to the light. Oh yeah, I shoot them with like a little rag or whatever. I just go to the light, go. And I give him the chance, you know. I give him the chance. And I don't like killing them, but I don't mind sometimes. I call my mom. I'd be like, Mom, can you kill that fly? My mom loves killing flies. Okay, so we're just gonna slide the loop into the belts. Okay, so hopefully you guys are done making your little loops. And we're just gonna put one on each one of these belts here. Okay, just getting ready to add to our pages. Here we go, this one and this one here. Okay, so how are we doing? Are we still crafting along? Anna and Sonal, I think you are both crafting along, so hopefully you're still crafting along with me. So now that we have the belts with our loops, oh yay, thank you. We're gonna add this to our book. Now because our pages are square, you wanna double check that the openings are side to side here. Okay, so we're gonna put the loops. So I'm gonna glue these 1/2 inch sections. Okay, and we're gonna put this one down here. So close to the bottom edge, but I'm offsetting this tiny bit. Okay, I know I hate flies too. I mean, don't get me wrong, I hate the flies. It's not like I want to be friends. I even hate ladybugs, you guys. I mean, I don't hate them. I just want them in the grass. I don't want them in my house. Okay, so, and now we have our sliding little feature, right? So because we're doing this on steps, we're gonna do the same for all of them. Okay, so add the next one. So we're just gonna put them on the front of the page. Make sure that you are side to side, and we're gonna glue these right here. Okay, so we're gonna put these and this glue, add these at the end, and these here. Okay, and then press and press. Pesty. That's a funny word. Those pesty flies. So my daughter one time was, this is years ago, she was collecting ladybugs. I don't know what got into her, but she had this amazing idea of collecting ladybugs from school. And I guess her teacher gave her a cup with little holes on them. And she had like, I don't know, I want to say 5. And then she took it home. Yes. And then the ladybugs somehow escaped. Or she made him escape. I don't know what the deal was. She was in elementary school. And I was freaking out. I was like, get those out of my house. I'm just traumatized by those little things. Because ladybugs are cute when they're walking on flowers. But then when they start flying, they're not that cute, you know? They're just like, they're just not cute. They're cute on paper. Give me a crafting paper that has ladybugs. I would love to craft with that. But keep the ladybugs in the grass. Okay, so here we go. We have the 4 pieces with the loops and the belts. And so now to these pieces, we are going to add the pages, right? So I was kind of thinking on 2 different ideas for the pages. So I'm going to cut 2 pieces of cardstock. Let's get some more cardstock here. So 2 of these are going to be full-size pages, meaning these are going to be 7.5 by 7.5. Okay, and I'm going to glue these pages to my sliding. So what you want to do, it's spiders are even worse. What you want to do is slide your loop all the way to the left of the page, and then we're going to add glue here. Okay, right there. And we're now going to add the 7.5 by 7.5 page right on top. Okay, so you're gonna match it with the base page, just like that, right on top. Okay, so now this full page is going to slide to the side. See how that works? And we're gonna do 2 of these. So I'm gonna put these on the side and do the same. Slide these to the left, add this right here. So glue here on the loop. Okay, and then add this right on top. Okay, so right there. Press down, and then we're going to have another full sliding page. So we have 2 full slidings, and let's put this away. And now for the other 2, I am going to do half sliding pages. Okay, so what are these? No, I'm not gonna make it that small, but I'm going to cut, actually, let's do 3 3/4. Okay, so we're gonna do 2 pieces of 3 3/4 by 7.5. Okay, so 3 3/4 by 7.5. And we can add these to our page. So we can place it maybe at the center like that. Okay, so I'm gonna put my loop on the center this time and add the glue on the loop again. And we're gonna put this page right on the center of the loop. Okay, and press down. And so now this is going to slide either way to this side or to this side, so both ways. And then it's going to land back on the center, okay? And let's do this for the last one too. Right at the center. And then we're going to put this at the center. Okay, and then again, we're gonna slide to one side and slide to the other side. Okay, so let me know how you're doing. But what I wanted to do for this one is to have 2 opening pages, and then that way we can slide and open, and we can slide and open. So let me know if you are ready to move to the next step, or we can just kind of take a quick break. I'm just measuring my space here. Oh, speaking of home, here she is, just the fly. The funny thing is, like, it's such a slow fly that if I wanted to kill her, I would. It would be really easy. Okay. Okay, so we're ready. Yay! Thank you, thank you. So I'm going to now add the feature for these. And what I'm going to do is cut, let me do 2 pieces. And let me see if I can use the scraps here, because I need these 2 pieces to be 4. This is a little too big, too small. So we're gonna cut 2 new pieces. So these are going to be 6 by 4. Okay, 6 by 4, and score at 1/2 inch along the 6 inches. I'm sorry, along the 4 inches. Okay, so 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch. So along the 4 inches, we're going to score at 1/2 inch. Oh my goodness, that coffee is not, it's not working very well. And we're gonna press down and press down. And now we're going to bring back one of our pages, and we are going to slide this, and I'm going to glue one here on the left side. Okay, so we're gonna add this right there, press down, and then I'm going to slide this back over, and put the other one right in there. Okay, so I'm gluing these very close to the top, and there we go. So now we're gonna have this page. It's gonna slide and open. Let's press here. Oh, okay, well that just happened. We're gonna press down, and when you slide this to the other side, this other side is going to open. Okay, and there we go. And now that's gonna go back to the center. So when you add your magnets, you wanna add a magnet here and one there, and then this can sit on the center and connect to the magnets right there. Okay, so I'm going to put this one on the side and do the same for this other page. So again, we were cutting 2 pieces at 6 by 4. 6 by 4 and score at 1/2 inch and score at 1/2 inch, and then we're going to fold and fold, and then again we're going to add 1 on each side. Okay, so add my glue and just put this one right there. Okay, and then slide this, let's press down here, slide that, and then just glue the other one down. Okay, so there we go, and press down and open that up and press down and slide. And so using the same sliding technique, we have 2 different pages, one being the, I guess, double opening, and then the full page slide, right? So now I'm going to put this over there, and then for this page here that has the big slide, we can add a large opening on the side as well. So I am going to cut, and I always like to measure, I think this should be about 6 inches. Okay, so we have 6 inches spaces to work with, but I don't want to go too close to it, so I'm going to cut, let's see, trying to light a candle. Oh my gosh, yes, say no more. I'm going to light my candle too. Hold on, I have my candle here. Actually, I don't know if I should, because then the fly is gonna get all noisy. All right, so I always light a candle when I'm crafting. This is a cinnamon, and I put them along my window. It smells so good. I don't put them on the table, of course. On the window, back there. And okay, so now, you know, and I always do that, especially when I'm crafting at night. It just sets, I'm always crafting at night for the most part. You can see how my candle is all the way down. I have 3 candles there, but anyway, so back to this. We're going to cut 2 pieces at 6 by 6. Okay, and then we're going to score. Oh, I just feel so much happier with that candle. Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna put score at 1/2 inch on one side. Okay, so now let's fold along score lines and fold along the score lines. And now I'm going to bring back the 2 pages that slide to the sides, and we're going to put one right here on the left side. Okay, so add my glue, and I'm gonna put this right there and press down, and we're gonna slide this back. Okay, so that is one, and then this other one is gonna be here. Okay, so add my glue, let's see, and then we're going to line this up to the side. Okay, and then again, you're gonna open this up and have your sliding back in place. I just really have this, like having these kind of like secret pages, secret doorways. Okay, so we have all the front sides done for this book. So I guess maybe we can alternate and do one of these and one of this one, and then one of this here, and then one of the other one. And these don't have any magnets or anything yet. I won't be adding that because that will take a little bit more time. I think what I want to do before I add this back to my book is I'm going to add some layouts for the backs, the back of the books. Let's get rid of that. And then I'm going to use for that just what I have, all these pieces that we have. I like to organize them by size. Now this was a full page, and then see what can we make with all of these. Okay, so we can be a little bit environmental friendly with our cardstock. Okay, so I think with these we can make a really practical double pocket page. So I'm going to use 2 of my small pieces, and these are leftovers, so these are about 3.5 by 8.5, right? So I'm going to cut these right at 8.5 here and 8.5 here. So I'm gonna again just make sure it's 3.5 exact. Okay, so that way sometimes when there's a little bit left and we're adding our design cardstock, it's kind of hard to know what our actual measurement is. Thank you, Debbie. Glad you like the pages. So we're gonna use 2 of these 8.5 by 3.5, and I'm going to score at 1/2 inch and at 8 inches. Okay, on one of them, and on the other one, I'm going to do the same 8.5. I'm sorry, 1/2 and 8. But along the other 3.5 side, we're going to score at 1/2 inch. Okay, so one we're going to score 3 times, and this is going to be the pocket, and the other one is going to be kind of like the second pocket there. So we are going to fold along the score lines. Okay, so there we go. And we go here. Okay, so we have these 2, and I'm going to bring back my first page, which is one of the long sliding pages, and on the back we are going to add first the one that will be with the 2 score lines on the sides. So I'm just going to place that right at the center. Okay, so 1 and 2. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. Okay, so that's gonna go here. Okay, and now I'm going to glue the pocket on the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to add the glue on these 3 sides of the pocket. Okay, there we go. And just line this up there. Okay, so now we have a double pocket on the back, just simply using our leftovers Okay, so we have the pocket here, and then we have the second pocket there. Once you add the paper, you will see it more, but there we go. So that's gonna be the back of one. So this one, we can say it's finished. Of course, you can add, we can stay here all night and add more layouts. But let's try to get at least one book ready. And now for the back of this one, I am going to, let me see if I have, I don't have enough cardstock for what I want to do. Oh, I do here. So I'm going to use the larger pieces. I have two larger scraps. Oops. And I'm going to cut these two at 4 1/4. Okay, by 7 1/2. Okay, so 4 1/4 by 7 1/2, and we have two of those, and I'm going to score at 1/2 inch along the 4 1/4. Okay, and then this is going to be a gatefold, so we're gonna press and press here, and then we're going to add one on each side on the back of this page here. And now actually, if we want it to be a little bit more fancy, instead of adding it on the back, you could add another one here on the back, but you could also add these on top of your sliding page, like the main page here. I think that will be really fun to do. So let's go ahead and combine these elements. Okay, so we're gonna do a gatefold sliding page for this one right there. Okay, and then let's glue the other one. Okay, so you're gonna glue one on each side. Let's see here. There you go. Okay, so we have a gatefold page. Let's press down. And we have the gatefold page. That's also the sliding page that has that opening. Okay, so you could add it on the front of your sliding page, or like I was gonna do, put it on the back. Now we kind of need another back for this one, and so we need another back for this one as well. So let's use our scraps. So this piece here, I'm going to cut. As you can see, I like using my scraps first, and then we can go ahead and cut new pages. So these are going to be 7 1/2 by 5. Okay, because I'm just using my scraps, and let me know if I'm going too fast. So this one's 7 1/2 by 5, also using my scraps. We are going to score at 1/2 inch and at 1/2 inch. Okay, and then fold and fold. Okay, so I am gonna put these ones now on, I guess will be on the back of this previous page, and you can mix and match the order of the pages, right? Okay, so I'm going to add my glue, and we're gonna put one here, and then add my glue, and here. So a double opening page. There. Okay, so we have the back for this one. We have the back for that one. This one is the one that opens the slides. So am I actually, let's see. Sorry if I'm just moving things around here. I'm gonna keep this one blank, and then this one will have this other half sliding. And I'm just gonna organizing these. This one is that full sliding, okay. And then the back has the double pockets. And then we have the last one here. Okay, and then I'm going to cut a new page. See, now that we reduce our scraps, we can cut a new page. Let's get rid of that and that. We still have all of these pieces, so I'm thinking we can do like a fun waterfall with all of these. So let's see, how many pieces do I have? I have a lot. Okay, so let's cut 6 pieces here. Whoops. And these are okay, 5, 6. Let me see what this measure before I make any plans. So these are about 3.5 by 8.5. So I'm going to cut this at 3.5 by 5. Okay, and I'm going to do 6 of these. Okay, 3.5 by 5. 3.5 by 5. Here, 3.5 by 5. And okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do one more. 3.5 by 5. Okay, so this is going to be a waterfall. So I'm going to score at 1/2 inch along the 5 inches. Okay, and this is going to be our last page, so you can do it, you can do it. So we're going to score at 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, half, and here, and then we're just going to fold along the score lines. Okay, so there we go, and 2 more. Okay, so now I have the other one here left over, and this is also 3.5, or I'm going to cut this at 3.5. Okay, and I am going to score this piece. This is 3.5 by 8.5, and I'm going to score this at 1/2 and at 8. Okay, so we score at 1/2 and at 8. I'm gonna have a little coffee. I didn't bring water. I'm kind of thirsty. The coffee doesn't do it. But anyway, so what I'm doing here is a belly band. Okay, so we're just gonna do a belly band, and this belly band is going to have the waterfall. So we score at 1/2 inch on each side, and I'm gonna fold those back, and here along the top I'm going to start gluing my waterfall pieces. So we're going to add the glue and just add the first one here. Okay, and then press down and add the glue. We're gonna open this up and just add the next piece there. Press down. Okay, so open this up and just continue adding your pieces. Okay, so next here, press down. Okay, so there we go. And press down. And then this one, press down, and then the last piece here, and press down. Okay, so now we have our waterfall. There we go. That is also going to be a belly band, right? So I like making the waterfalls on a base because that way you can clearly see how you add them and they're not like going sideways or whatnot. Okay, and so now we are going to add that waterfall to the back of the last page. And this is a belly band, so we're also going to put it on the center, and we can use this as a place to add some photo mats or tags. Okay, so we're just going to put that right at the center. Okay, so glue the top and this button here. There we go. So we have our waterfall belly band. There we go. We are done with the page constructions. I'm gonna give you a quick look into each one of the pages so you see, because I kind of rearranged them a little bit so you can see. Oh, there goes the fly. You can see how I put. Oh, before I move this out of the way, I am going to cut two pieces. Okay, and these are going to be 7 3/4 by 7 3/4. Okay, and these are gonna be for my inside covers. And so now I can take this out. Okay, so we're gonna bring this back. There we go. And I am going to glue these two pieces on each side of my book. Okay, so I'm just gonna add my glue. And we're gonna put one. And we're going to put this one. Oops. Okay, so let me know how you're doing. So we're just gonna put these two down. Okay, so press, get all the air. Okay. And now I'm going to show you how I'm going to organize my pages. So I decided to put the one with the gatefold as the first opening page. So this is going to have the gatefold, and it's also going to have the sliding feature that opens up. And the back of this one is just plain. The next one has the sliding feature here with the 2 opening sections. And then this is going to go back to the center. You can also have it at one side. I like symmetrical pages. So, and then here on the back, we have this opening and opening. So double openings there. The next page is also the sliding page with nothing on top. You can add, again, another feature here, but we're just gonna keep it simple. And then the back has the 2 pockets, double pockets. And the next one is going to also have that center slide and the what do you call this? Belly bands waterfall. Oh my goodness, I forgot. And so here we're gonna be able to add some photo mats on the inside as well. And there we go. So now that we have the pages in the order of how you want to add them to your book, we are going to add them to our book. And so if you know how you want to decorate your book, you can also go ahead and decorate and then add the pages. For me, I do either way. Sometimes I prefer to have the pages down. That way I don't mess up on the orientation of how you want the pages to be. But if you are going to have them decorate them first, make sure that you mark on your page. I don't have a pencil next to me, but you can mark in your page like front and up here. Just mark with pencil. That way you don't end up putting your paper on the wrong direction. Okay, so now with that said, let's go ahead and add them to our book. So I'm going to start with the first hinge here. So you're just going to peel off a section of the tape, and then we're going to find the center of the base page. Okay, that's going to be the page where we did the very first construction. So we're going to slide that into the bottom and then just place this here. So you want to use that tape as a guide on how much you're going to push your page into the hinge. Okay, you don't want to push it all the way to the spine. You want to give it a little room. Okay, so now press down and remove the tape. And then we're going to turn this and remove the tape from the back. Okay, there we go. Now we're just going to do the same for all of these. So again, find the center of the base page, and that will be the page that goes all the way through here. And we're going to place it right on top of the tape. Press down and then remove the tape. And then we're going to turn this to the back and just take out the tape. And so on. We're going to repeat the same here for the next two. Okay, so we're going to line it up to the tape. Press down and remove. And then the back, press down, and then we're going to do the next page here. Okay, and take out the tape on the back. And there we go. So now we have our book pretty much finished and ready to decorate. So put away my stuff here. And there we go. So now we have an 8x8 interactive album with 4 signature pages. We have sliding pages. We have the gatefold page here. This is a little bit wobbly, so you do have to add a magnet here on the back to connect to the back there. So when you are done sliding, this is not moving like that. So I'm going to show you one how I will add the magnet here. Okay, so there goes the fly again. Don't they live just like 2 days or something like that, or a day? I don't know. I'm just hoping for her natural expiration day. Okay, so I'm going to, let's see, how do I want to do this? I'm going to add the tape back here. Okay, back there. And then I'm going to put this one. I'm going to open that up and put that right there. Okay, so now it's not doing that wobbly thing anymore. So it's going to slide and slide and magnetize. Now, if you're using heavyweight cardstock for your book, maybe you can add 2 magnets here and then 2 magnets there as well. Okay, so that's how I will do that. Then for this gatefold, of course, you want to add 2 magnets there as well. I don't know what that was, but scary. So you want to add 2 magnets there and just close this up. Or you can add a centerpiece here and use that. Or if you are part of my channel, oh, thank you, Anna. Yes, working hard. And so if you are a member, a YouTube channel member, you have this feature here that you can add to your gatefold page here if you wanted to. You can play around with that idea. And what you could do is follow the same measurements for this, and to these side panels I would just add 1 more inch to whatever that measurement was. I don't remember. I think it was 4 by 6. I don't remember, but you can add 1 inch to that, or maybe 1/2 inch to that, because these pages are 6 inches and these pages are 7.5. Okay, so something to keep in mind. But you can play around if you wanted to add a feature like this one there. I don't know why mine is kind of getting stuck. I moved it too many times. But there you go. So I hope that you guys enjoy the live. Thank you so much for crafting with me, hanging out with me on this Saturday. Sorry I wasn't able to make it last week, but I hope that this worked out. And thank you so much to all my patrons as well that are joining me today. Thank you, Anna. And thank you, Debbie, for always hanging around with us as well. I hope that you guys are having a fun weekend. Stay safe. And if you finish this project and decorate it, send some pictures to the group so we can all see and enjoy. And thank you again. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye, guys.